Hey YouTube, this is Vince with ToxicOptions.com. I've been trading the financial markets for 8 years on and off and found massive profitability just within this past year trading options. More specifically, I'm a scalper. Scalping is not for everybody. It does require some extreme discipline, and I recommend that you really find a trading style that goes well with your personality. So my goal here today is to review my trades from today, July 26th. Hopefully, help someone else out there that may be struggling to find profitability. There's a lot of BS out there on YouTube. Hopefully me bringing a little bit of transparency in this video, helps the community out a little bit. So now, before I do make my way and review my trades here, I do want to disclose that I'm not a financial advisor, and this is simply me showcasing the trades that I've made today and explaining the process on why I took the trades. So none of this should be taken as financial advice. Now, without further ado, let's get into the charts. All right, guys, so we're starting out here on the daily time frame of SPY, so the S&P 500, just to get an idea of what the overall market is doing. It's pretty clear that the market's just been tanking the past 6 or 7 months. Really no need to do anything here on the daily time frame. Just wanted to show that overall market trend is definitely down. So we kind of make our way into the smaller time frames when we do our top-down analysis. I like to review daily, 4-hour, 1 hour before getting into the smaller time frame. So the first thing I'll point out here on the 4-hour time frame is that 390 is a huge zone. We've hit this level at 390 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times over the past 2 or 3 months. So when price gets around that level, I know that it could be a serious reversal around that zone. So I want to mark out areas like that on my chart just so I know if price does get near that, I need to be on the lookout for a potential reversal. Our next big zone here is going to be down at 372. So I'll put another line down here just showing that 372 is another area of significance. And that's all I'll do here on the 4-hour, just kind of marking out some high time frame zones where price may come to eventually. So now moving on along to the 1-hour time frame here, I want to point out the most recent trend line so I can get an idea of what a potential counter trend trade may look like, or a potential break and retest. So the most recent trend line that this thing is just screaming at me that I saw that it broke is right here. So it lasted from July 14th up until July 22nd. It was a clear uptrend, and then we broke below, and then the market is kind of stayed below that trend line ever since. So that was a clear break on that 1-hour time frame. So I'm automatically bearish on this market overall just because of this trend line. Now, if I start this price return and go to the upside and break that previous high, then at that point I would go back to being bullish. But for right now, my bias remains bearish on this setup. So next we're going to skip down to a 15-minute time frame and blow this up a little bit. I want to see where the market opened up today and how that happened in relation to where it closed yesterday. So this was the market open today. It opened down approximately 0.5% from yesterday when it opened. So we opened up with a big red candlestick, and then we slowly just continued down on that downtrend, and kept rolling and rolling and rolling. I didn't hop on the charts today until about 10:30 or 11 a.m. So by the time I got on the charts, this trade is I missed it, right? So you never want to have FOMO in entering a trade if you miss the move already. The next best thing you can do is just wait for a setup And then once the setup occurs, quickly get in and get out of it. So moving forward to my favorite time zone, it's going to be the 5 minute. I'm just going to zoom this in a little bit. This little yellow dot indicates where the market opened, like I marked before. What I did is when I hopped on the charts around 11 a.m., I noticed that we were trending down. So immediately I wanted to find my trend line and then kind of set it up for, if this thing breaks, I might have an opportunity at a counter trend trade and a quick scalp. So that's exactly what I did. I set up my trend line here. So we have, 1, 2, 3, 4 taps at the trend line. And then the 5th, we end up breaking. Now, for me, my rules on trend line break, I need a 5 minute candle to close above this trend line. And that signals the entry point for me. So what I did is at this point, I grabbed right at the money calls expiring tomorrow for, I believe my strike was 391. And I'll show a screenshot here of my exact order entry with my fill, so you guys can see the price I paid, and then my entry point. So my entry point was right here, and my stop loss was below these recent swing lows. Now my goal for this trade was to ride it to the next zone. Okay, so for me, a zone constitutes a top of a resistance that we could fill up to. So this is one zone. This is one zone. This is a zone. Okay. So we don't know which zone it's going to go to, but I know it would at least go to this zone. And that's exactly the trade I took. So I got in and I got out right at that first zone. And the reason for doing that is because, like we saw in the daily, the overall market is a downtrend, right? So, I don't want to be caught in a call position. The overall market's in a downtrend. So that was a quick scalp that I was able to get in and get out of in about 4 minutes. The actual trade time was extremely quick on this one. Got in, got out, made it quick, $200 or so. Obviously I had the opportunity to make more and maybe take this up to the next zone. But, when you're in the moment, you want to always secure profits, and then maybe leave a runner or two behind to continue on. But at the time I was, busy with some other in real life stuff. So I didn't want to sit in a trade all day. Right. So I just wanted to get in and out and make a quick buck. That's exactly what I did. So I ended up hanging out for a little while and then taking another trade set up later in the day, which I will outline for you guys. But what we're going to do is clean up this chart just a little bit. All right, so our chart's clean. Basically, after we kind of corrected a little bit of that move this morning, it was back on the charts before market close around 3 o'clock or so. Basically what I saw was the recent support right here get broke. And not only did it broke, we had a 15-minute candle close below this zone. Okay. And that's huge. So what I need to see at this point is to take a trade to the downside is I need to see the next candle break below the previous candle right here. And if we look closely, that never happened. Instead, what happened is this next 15-minute candle decided to come back above that support and close back in our range, which is right here. Right? So this is a $1.50 range on SPY. So once I saw this candle close back in the range, decided to take another call position back to the upside with anticipation of these candles to fill this range. Now, we're talking after the market's closed, so you can see what happened. Obviously, didn't fill all the way of the range, but it did go up enough for me to make a couple bucks, and that's what I did. Ended up taking another position, which I'll show some more screenshots of my position, and then I'll show the exit. What I ended up doing on this one is I closed about 95% of my position, decided to leave one runner overnight. So maybe I'll end up with some more profits in the morning from this trade, but more to come on that in future videos. So I just checked my entry on this second trade here, and it was right at 3 o'clock. So when I saw this massive candle come back up into the range, this red one, and that one also closed back in the range, that's where I took my buy. I'll just simply mark that with a little yellow dots, where my entry was. Okay, and then the next yellow mark I'll mark on this chart would be my exit, right? So I decided to exit this trade, it looks right at 3:56 p.m. So just about 4 minutes before the market closed. And I exited right about, let's see, 3:56. Boom, right here. So you can see where I was, I entered the trade here and I exited the trade up here. So I basically caught a 70-cent move on SPY, which netted me another couple $100. So all it takes is a couple cent move on any stock or index to make a couple $100, and that's all you really need today. You just need a couple base hits every single day, and then over the long haul they add up. You don't need to shoot for the stars or get a home run. You just need to get some base hits and you'll be well on your way. So anyways, those were my trades for the day. If you guys found any value from this, throw me a like or subscribe. I plan on posting daily updates and basically trading recaps of the trades I took intraday. Like I said, I'm a scalper, so I like to take maybe 1 or 2 trades a day and be done for the day. So that's kind of always been my motto. So if you have any questions, leave it down below in the comments and I'll give you a response. I appreciate the opportunity to show you guys a little bit about how I trade, and hope you have an awesome rest of your day. All right, take it easy. Bye.